From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Wednesday morning, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth. We still just have the one fire burning within the viewing area. That would be the Williams Mine fire burning to the south of Mount Adams. Only 41% contained at this point, so we still have a long way to go, but thankfully this isn't producing any smoke. This isn't impacting our air quality, or at least the smoke that it is producing is staying pretty contained to the fire's perimeter. Right now, temperatures are milder compared to yesterday morning, so yesterday morning maybe you needed a heavier jacket as opposed to this morning. Light jacket stuff out there with 40s and 50s, 46 for Sunnyside, 56 for the Hanford side, 57 degrees for the Tri-Cities. A little bit later today, it's going to be seasonal. It's going to be gusty. Winds could gust upwards of 40 miles per hour in the mountain gap of the Kittitas Valley. Then for tonight, things getting pretty cold, maybe our first frost of the season. Then our attention turns to Friday. We'll have about a 50-50 split of seeing some wet weather, but after that, it's looking like it's going to be a beautiful fall weekend ahead. So I'll break down all of this coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Now on Good Morning Northwest, the fallout of Hurricane Helene continues to unfold. How you can help people get the basic things they need. Lamb Weston announces layoffs for hundreds of employees in Connell after making a decision to close down the plant, what the CEO says about the closure. And it's October, the perfect time to get your health checked or a person you love. Hear from a breast cancer survivor and why she hopes one day she'll lose her job.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Jessica will be back tomorrow. A Kennewick Middle School student has been arrested after authorities say they made violent threats at Highlands Middle School. Officers with the Kennewick Police Department say students told school officials about what the student was overheard saying. Officers say after a brief investigation, they felt the information was a credible threat and arrested the student. Investigators say students did exactly what they should have done in this situation. If you see or hear something, say something. Following up on a search for a missing man in Kittitas County. Since Friday, KCSO and Kittitas County Search Rescue have been searching for 88-year-old William Charlie Martin. Martin has dementia, and his family says he left home back on September 24th. Since then, trained search teams and resources from Chelan, Pierce, Yakima, Snohomish, and King counties and Wenatchee Valley Fire have assisted in the search. Call 911 if you know anything. More than 20 individuals from the Red Cross Northwest region are on the ground or on the way to support Hurricane Helene recovery efforts. The American Red Cross is issuing an urgent appeal for volunteers who are willing to travel this fall to support emergency shelters for major national disaster relief efforts. Interested volunteers are urged to sign up today at redcross.org/volunteer. Applicants who don't have disaster experience but have supervision, management, or organization skills and the ability to thrive in a fast-paced and a dynamic environment are encouraged to apply. Cadlick Regional Medical Center is honoring breast cancer survivors and those who have died of breast cancer with their 20th annual Breast Cancer Awareness flag-raising ceremony at the Regional Medical Center in Richland. Cadlick says it also serves as a reminder of the importance of mammography as a key tool to detect breast cancer at its earliest stages. Cadlick says breast cancer is the second most common diagnosis of cancer in women, and when and how often to get checked depends on your family medical records.
Breast surgeons, radiologists, all for the most part agree that starting at age 40, we're going to be able to capture most cancer. If you have a family history of breast cancer, if you have a first-degree relative who's had breast cancer, it's good to talk with your family practice doc to decide, is waiting till 40 good, or should I start a little earlier?
Cadlick also had their first flag-raising ceremony at the Cancer Center in Kennewick. Lamb Weston announced Tuesday it will close the potato processing plant in Connell. This means all 375 employees will lose their jobs. The Connell plant produced varieties of French fries and other potato products. Production ended on September 30th, and the company is already at work shutting down the plant. Lamb Weston CEO blamed a supply and demand imbalance in North America and inflation. The company says the workers are free to pursue other jobs available at other Lamb Weston locations. The Yakima County Development Association has received a $30,000 Wells Fargo Foundation grant to fund its Small Business Accelerator program. The program will include business development workshops for business owners to learn financial and digital literacy, marketing, and promotions. The grant is open to about 70 small businesses in Yakima County that are at least 2 years old and have less than 30 employees. You can find more information about the YCDA resources at chooseyakimavalley.com. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the candidates for vice president take to the debate stage, how they handled questions from moderators and each other. And First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth will have your First Alert forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a moment.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Businesses, community organizations, and people of all walks of life have joined together for Riverfest 2024. Riverfest is free family fun entertainment featuring exhibitors, live music, and vendors showcasing all the benefits of our river system. Join us on Saturday, October 5th from 10 to 3 at Columbia Park in Kennewick. Find out more at riverfestwa.com or on Facebook. Riverfest 2024. Our rivers, our life. Bring the whole family.
Sometimes, life is a funny way of turning sideways. Like when your kid decides they're a professional stylist the morning of picture day.
Here we go.
Or when your to-do list isn't quite done.
You went to Rite Aid, right?
Or when you're sure you packed everything you need, but you actually need one more thing.
We forgot our prescriptions.
We
got you.
are we happy? We are happy. Find everything you need?
Yep. Yeah, life never really goes the way you plan, but that's why we're here. It means more at Rite Aid.
Enjoy bowling here at Triple Play, where fun is always in season. French fries are fun, which is always in season here at Triple Play. Speaking of fun, did you know it's always in season at Triple Play?
Dude, what's with dropping the tagline?
The marketing ladies wanted me to push it.
What did they offer ya?
5 pizzas.
Gonna share, right?
Of course.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Oh, thanks.
To celebrate the Kraken on Apple Valley News Now, we're giving you a chance to win Kraken swag. To enter, click on contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com. One person each month wins the swag from Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, Legends Casino Hotel, and Prosser Memorial Health.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is definitely milder this morning as you're headed out the front door. You'll notice that if you're taking the kids to school, dropping them off at the bus stop, going to work yourself. This morning it's in the 40s and 50s in the Kittitas Valley, 36 up towards Snoqualmie Pass, though, 51 down towards Vantage. And then in the Yakima Valley, all of us pretty much just shy of 50 degrees, 49 for Toppenish, 49 for Union Gap, and 49 for Yakima. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, looks like we have 40s and 50s, 48 for Mesa, 57 for the Tri-Cities, 49 degrees for Prosser. And then in the foothills of the Blues, 40s and 50s as well, 58 for Milton Freewater, 53 for Pendleton, but 40s and 50s up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your day planner for today. Again, things in the 40s and 50s by 8 this morning. Clouds are going to be a little bit stingier in the foothills of the Blues, also in portions of the basin, but for the valley. Should be sunny for this morning. And then by lunchtime, looks like all of us should have mostly sunny skies, at least temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Then we should be in the 60s and 70s come time for 4 p.m. The warmest conditions being in the basin, 71 for both Tri-Cities and Hermiston. Here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. Light jacket stuff for this morning, and then by the time we get to lunchtime should be t-shirt weather, as it will end up being seasonal. It's going to feel even warmer than that if you're standing in the direct sunshine. But we do have some cold overnight lows for tonight. I'll tell you just how cold, and I'll tell you the call to action for that, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Both the Harris and Trump campaigns are claiming victory after last night's vice presidential debate. Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz facing off for the first and only time. Perry Russom says the two tackled issues including abortion rights, immigration, and the growing conflict in the Middle East.
In the first and only vice presidential debate between Governor Tim Walz and Senator J.D. Vance, both men asked if they would support a preemptive strike by Israel on Iran after Iran launched the largest ever ballistic missile attack on Israel yesterday.
And look, it is up to Israel what they think they need to do to keep their country safe, and we should support our allies wherever they are when they're fighting the bad guys.
Israel's ability to be able to defend itself is absolutely fundamental. Getting its hostages back, fundamental. And ending the humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
On abortion rights, Walz accusing the Trump campaign of planning to create a registry of pregnancies.
It's going to make it more difficult, if not impossible, to get contraception and limit access, if not eliminate access to infertility treatments.
Senator, do you want to respond to the governor's claim? Will you create a federal pregnancy monitoring agency?
No, Nora, certainly we won't.
On the issue of immigration, Vance pressed on Trump's plan for mass deportations.
I had a mother who struggled with opioid addiction and has gotten clean. I don't want people who are struggling with addiction to be deprived of their second chance because Kamala Harris let in fentanyl into our communities at record levels. So you've got to stop the bleeding.
Look, we fix this issue with a bill that is necessary, but the issue on this is what happens when you don't want to solve it. You demonize it.
The candidates sparring over the results of the 2020 election.
I would just ask that, did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
It's a damning non-answer for you to not talk about censorship.
Walz was asked to clarify his claim that he was at Tiananmen Square during the deadly protests in 1989 when he was actually there months later. Walz says he misspoke, saying he's a, quote, knucklehead at times. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Hurricane Helene's death toll, more than 150 people. State leaders across 6 states are asking for help. The latest on the aftermath of Hurricane Helene next.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Discover Curve Appeal in Kennewick, your personalized med spa. Experience our one-on-one services and treatments designed to make you look and feel your best. From laser hair removal or electrolysis to Botox or body contouring and laser treatments, we tailor our services to your unique needs. Our medical professionals ensure you leave feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Ready to look and feel your best? Visit curveappealtc.com to schedule your consultation.
Join us at Hope Medical's Heart for Hope dessert fundraiser on October 17th. This inspiring event will raise funds for compassionate, holistic reproductive health services, including pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and educational resources. Your support can make a significant impact on the well-being of women and families in our community. Become a sponsor and be part of this meaningful cause. Connect with us at hopemedicalwa.com.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Do frozen screens make your heart melt? Do buffering wheels give you butterflies? Didn't think so. You should meet Ziply Fiber. It's faster, it's friendlier, It's fiber. Ziply is fiber optic internet. That means no lag and no buffering. Gotta love it. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
Kraken hockey heats up as training camp winds down. Expanded coverage of the preseason finale live from Climate Pledge Arena. Kraken, Oilers, pregame at 6:30 tonight on MeTV.
Recently, Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather forecast weekend thunderstorms.
But some viewers told us that their phone app predicted sunshine.
Well, the apps were wrong.
Trust Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather.
Always on your side.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of our very own studios here in Kennewick. Looks like we do have some clouds out there for this morning, but a little bit later today should be mostly sunny skies. Temperatures for this morning, by the way, mostly in the 40s and 50s, so you'll probably need a light jacket, but a little bit later today should be t-shirt weather, as we should have highs into the 60s and 70s. Pretty seasonal stuff. It'll be blustery out there for today. Winds gusting upwards of 20 miles per hour for the Cascades, for the Yakima Valley, for the Lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills, but gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. So very windy stuff there in the Mountain Gap. And then for tonight, overnight lows dropping down into the 30s and 40s, mostly clear skies. Winds calming down, but with these overnight lows, there's some of us specifically in the basin and in the valleys that might have to contend with some frost. So you'll have to protect the 3 Ps, the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. We'll continue to keep things pretty seasonal over these next 7 days, as we'll be in the 60s and 70s in the Tri-Cities, so nothing to write home about on that front. There is a weather maker for Friday that we're paying attention to, as it's now looking like pretty much all of us within the viewing area are going to have about a 50-50 shot of seeing some wet weather on Friday, but unfortunately it's not looking like we're going to be able to attract much rainfall out of this storm system, as maybe we could get upwards of ½ an inch of water in the Cascades. Every little bit helps, but I wish we had more, especially to the east of the Cascades, as we're going to be rendered with probably less than 1/10 of an inch of water. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Sunny and near 70 for Wednesday and Thursday. 50-50 shower chances on Friday, and a beautiful fall weekend after that. For Yakima, very comfortable highs for today and tomorrow. Still comfy with a chance for rain on Friday, drying out in time for the weekend. Then for Ellensburg, windy today, calmer winds for Thursday, but they ramp back up on Friday, and that 50-50 shot of showers on Friday, but comfy and sunny this weekend. Then for Hermiston, sunny and warm today and tomorrow, a decent chance of wet weather on Friday, seasonal and sunny for this weekend. Then for Walla Walla, room temperature with mostly sunny skies overall for Wednesday and Thursday, a chance of wet weather on Friday, but back to sunny and dry weather this weekend.
Thank you, Josh. President Biden is visiting an emergency operations center in North Carolina today to meet with officials about the destruction brought by Hurricane Helene. Officials say at least 162 people in 6 states were killed from the storm, but that number could change. John Lawrence reports.
A flash flood from Hurricane Helene engulfed a neighborhood in Sugar Hill, North Carolina.
I'm okay. My car's gone.
Other parts of the Tar Heel state remain in tatters from the tempest.
We know that the devastation brought by Hurricane Helene is beyond belief. Communities were wiped off the map.
In Buncombe County, tens of thousands were without power while crews handed out supplies and searched for missing residents.
We're reaching out and trying to find those individuals who have still trapped in their homes.
Helene's wrath is also still felt in South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Virginia, and Tennessee.
What I'm most impressed by is the way this community has responded.
President Joe Biden says his administration will, quote, jumpstart this recovery process.
This is urgent. People have to know how to get the information they need. So we'll be there until this work is done.
A bipartisan group of senators sent a letter to majority and minority leaders Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell calling for the swift passage of disaster relief legislation even if it means coming back into session to get it done.
Our government is there. They are working. They're working hard, but their accountability is no greater than our accountability. You know, we need to be helping everybody around us.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Helene is the second deadliest hurricane to hit the U.S. mainland in the last 50 years. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we take a look at one of the most anticipated movie events of the year, the second installment of The Joker. Entertainment headlines coming up.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick up a copy in store today. Save on Hampton Farms shelled peanuts, hot priced at just $6.99. Find Blue Fire 1-pound camping propane canisters for just $3.99. Save up to $8 on Rain-X Longitude wiper blades. Plus save $5 on Savory Prime 2-pound bags of pet treats. Celebrating 20 years of employee ownership. Save now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
Businesses, community organizations, and people of all walks of life have joined together for Riverfest 2024. Riverfest is free family fun entertainment featuring exhibitors, live music, and vendors showcasing all the benefits of our river system. Join us on Saturday, October 5th from 10 to 3 at Columbia Park in Kennewick. Find out more at riverfestwa.com or on Facebook. Riverfest 2024. Our rivers, our life. Bring the whole family.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else. Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
She was lured to your apartment.
Judy is back in the courtroom with all new cases and only on Apple Valley News Now.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
In front of millions of people.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
It's the greatest harvest on earth. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday.
I'm struggling with words this morning. The French phrase folie à deux means madness of two. Appropriately, it's also the title of the new Joker movie.
It's kind of sounded like French fries,
there
too.
We go.
But yes, the clown prince of crime gets a companion. Here's David Daniel.
When I first saw Joker, when I saw you,
the whole world smiles with you.
For once in my life, I didn't feel so alone anymore.
Lady Gaga joins Joaquin Phoenix in Joker, Folie à Deux.
You can do anything you want. You're Joker.
One thing Phoenix had never done, according to director Todd Phillips, was a sequel.
That reasoning alone, he's all over it, meaning his imprint is all over it, because we wanted to do something that made him just as nervous as the first movie made him.
I knew that this movie would be the continuation for him, and we would see where life took him. I was deeply touched by that story, so I really wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted to build the woman that would be his match.
We use music to make us whole, to balance the fractures within ourselves.
Because there's music in this film, and we wanted to do it differently, I really tried to navigate her voice to make something that was unique and special to Lee, my character.
When they're really singing to each other, you want her to be singing as the character, not as Gaga, not as to her ability. And that character is not necessarily a professional singer.
Every woman deserves their own voice, and I wanted Lee to have
There are some singers who move to acting and it doesn't work, but I think Lady Gaga has kind of crushed it.
She's had a good run with American
Everything.
Horror Story,
Yeah.
this. Good stuff, Gaga.
Good stuff, good stuff. I'm excited to see this one. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, hundreds of Tri-City students get out of the classroom and get hands-on experience with construction careers. Plus, HeartLinks is opening up a new adult family home in Sunnyside, how it will make a difference in the community. We'll be right back with the next half hour right after this.
It's time to get your home ready for the season and save big during the pre-holiday sale at Furniture Row. Everything is on sale, from dining to sofas, bedrooms, and mattresses. Or get 48 months no interest. The pre-holiday sale on now at Furniture Row.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet. Repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone, and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Discover a level of comfort you never thought possible. Discover stressless seating at Meredith Furniture. Designed to harmonize with your body's natural movements, it's the premier destination for relaxation and rejuvenation. Right now, take 10% off all stressless recliners, sofas, tables, and ottomans. Meredith Furniture at 1st and Washington in front of Hobby Lobby.
I got sandwiched between two trucks and trailers.
The insurance company tried to trick Michael.
The worst part was they hired a private investigator to stalk me for 2 years.
But he knew my number, 853-2222.
He taught him a lesson. We both taught him a lesson.
I made the insurance company pay.
He got me 5 times more than what I expected. This law firm is the best in Yakima, period.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
It's the pre-holiday sale at Denver Mattress, and that means everything is on sale. Like $200 off all Doctor's Choice hybrid mattresses, or get 48 months no interest and free shipping. The pre-holiday sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
So we're at that phase of the year where I have the heat blasting in the morning when I drive in, and then by the end of the day or the middle of the day, I have the AC blasting. So do you have a similar experience?
Yes, it's that cycle. I always have the fan running in my apartment.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes I kind of black out whenever I'm touching the thermostat. So yes, that is the general cycle, and you're definitely going to need the heat for tonight, as it will be pretty chilly out there. We're a little bit more mild for this morning. I'll show you that in just a second. But right now, you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Weimar. All the pretty city lights down below and some watercolors up in the sky for this morning. Temperatures, like I mentioned, milder compared to yesterday morning, also milder compared to what we're going to have for tomorrow morning. So a nice little day that we're sandwiched in here. We have temperatures in the 40s and 50s, 45 for Sunnyside, 57 for the Tri-Cities, 58 for Walla Walla. So all of us need some sort of light jacket as you're headed out the front door for this morning. By the time we get to lunchtime, I'm thinking, at least in the Tri-Cities, it should be t-shirt weathers. Will be up into the mid-60s, plenty of sunshine. And when it's all said and done for today, we should have high temperatures up into the 70s across the map. 60s and 70s across the map will be a couple degrees above average for this time of the year. Also very blustery for today. Winds could gust upwards of 40 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. But on the backside of that for tonight, like I said, it's going to get pretty cold. Maybe we could have our first frost of the season. I'll tell you more about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. If you saw lots of construction equipment at the Benton County Fairgrounds yesterday, no, they were not doing any building. It was Construction Career Day there for high schoolers. Hundreds of high school students gathered to learn about the different areas of construction. Students got to operate heavy equipment like forklifts, diggers, and more. The chapter president of the National Association of Women in Construction was the sponsor for the event. Career Day is a national program as well.
It's telling them all different types of areas of construction. We have vendors inside with different unions. We have different contractors out here showing off their equipment. And the purpose of it at the end of the day is just to make sure that students know what construction opportunities have and what there is out here.
She also says her favorite part of the day was seeing the students' faces light up when they got to try out something they typically wouldn't get to do on a normal school day. 15 schools attended yesterday's events. The Pasco School District is partnering up with Amentum to boost their STEM programs. Amentum is a premier global technical and engineering service. It presented the Pasco School District with a $20,000 check to go towards STEM programs. The money will be used during this 2024 through 2025 school year. PSD says teachers at each school and grade level will be able to apply to get $1,000 to fund STEM learning in their classrooms.
That exposure at a young age is helpful. And then, of course, as students are progressing through their schooling, those experiences with STEM will help them have opportunities for post-secondary school, college, or other training opportunities. So we want them to have those experiences so they know what is out there and what's available to them.
This is the fourth year PSD has partnered up with the global company. For the past 3 years, they've donated $15,000 every year. Amentum has also worked on the Central Plateau Cleanup Company and on waste treatment at the Hanford site. HeartLinks is opening up a new family home in Sunnyside for seniors requiring extra care. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us it's one of the only facilities of its kind in the Lower Valley.
It's a home away from home for people who need a little extra help.
We cater to people just with life-limiting illnesses or just advancing illnesses, advancing age. And if someone has dementia or heart disease and they just need a little bit of extra support in the home, that might be a reason a person might move into a place like this.
Where up to 6 residents live like family members with a shared family activity room, living room, kitchen, bathroom, and outdoor garden.
Where they can still come and go as if they are in their own home.
But still have 24/7 support from certified nursing assistants supervised by a registered nurse and HeartLink's medical director.
This adult family home is all-inclusive, so it includes supplies. There's no formal assessment based off your nursing needs or care needs, so it will always be $6,500 for a shared room and $7,000 for a single room. But HeartLinks is a nonprofit, so we hope to just cover the costs of providing the care and then reevaluate every single year.
Any profit from the facility going to support their other programs.
All of the money that will come from the adult family home will supplement our hospice program, our palliative care program, and just make sure that our programs can stay alive.
To give people who need help that home away from home. In Sunnyside, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
HeartLinks officials say they still have 2 rooms open, but that they'll likely fill up soon. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, everyone's favorite segment that happens here on Wednesdays on Good Morning Northwest, Operation Best Friend. We've got quite the pup coming up. But first, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth has your First Alert forecast. We'll be right back.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Joel McHale, live.
It was colder in Winnipeg than it was on Mars. What did the people of Winnipeg do when it was colder there than Mars differently? Nothing. They sent their kids to school. They were just like, run!
As seen on Netflix. Friday, October 4th, Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster and the Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Joel McHale live. Friday, October 4th, Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish.
The holidays are fast approaching, and so are your holiday guests. It's time to get your home ready for the season and save big during the pre-holiday sale at Furniture Row. And with everything on sale store-wide, you can make your dining room a showstopper, entertain a crowd with comfort, and update your guest room in style, or get 48 months no interest. It's the perfect time to prep your home for frivolity during the pre-holiday sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Now that's good.
What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Apple Valley News Now, on your side. Apple Valley News Now is home to top shows from ABC, like Dancing with the Stars, The Golden Bachelorette, and the all-new High Potential. And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon, on your side.
Next ET, our Kathy Lee Gifford exclusive. Her reaction to Hoda Kotb's Today Show exit.
Part of it is just gut instinct.
Plus, we're with new Idol judge Carrie Underwood.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
There's something new on Apple Valley News Now's Meet TV, the Seattle Kraken. With the Seattle Kraken, the action on the ice is non-stop. Every hit, every power play, every goal. Watch select Kraken games whole season on MeTV.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored locally by Yakima Federal Savings and Loan. Checking, home loans, savings. Prosser Memorial Health, this is how we care. And Legends Casino Hotel, fun is how we roll.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a very pleasant, very sunny, very fall-like day out there, as we'll have high temperatures in the 50s and 60s in Kittitas County. In the valley, we should have temperatures spanning from the mid-50s to the mid-60s. Breezes gusting out of the west and northwest upwards of 40 miles per hour in the mountain gap, specifically in the Kittitas Valley. Very blustery stuff there. And then in the Yakima Valley, could have winds gusting upwards of 20 miles per hour in the upper valley, but in the lower valley, not as much. And high temperatures should be around 70 degrees. Lots of sunshine, a very nice day ahead. It's going to be the same thing for the lower Columbia Basin, near 70 degrees, sunshine, and breezes will gust out of the west and northwest, maybe upwards of 20 miles per hour. Then for the foothills of the Blues, these winds will come out of the west, so due west, upwards of 20 miles per hour. And high temperatures today will be right around 70 degrees, maybe just a little bit shy of that in the foothills. Of course, a little bit cooler up in some of the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains proper, but clouds will be a little bit stingier in the foothills and in the Blues. And then for tonight, overnight lows plunging down into the 30s and 40s. 30s are going to be reserved for the basin and for the valleys, and that's where we can maybe have our first frost of the season. So be sure to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. And you know, if you're thinking to yourself, is this too early? Is this too late for a first frost? Well, it's just about on time for the Kittitas and Yakima Valley. It would be a little bit ahead of schedule in the basin if it does come to fruition.
All right, it's time for one of our favorite segments, Operation Best Friend. This week's pet, Snifferoo, gets his name from an ancient Egyptian king.
Yeah, Snifferoo is a small pup, and once he's comfortable with you, he turns into a little snuggle bug. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Joan Garcia, and I'm with Mikey's Chance, and I have a special guest with me today. This is Snefferu. Snefferu is a 12-pound Chihuahua mix. We think maybe Boston Terrier, but whatever he is, he's an amazing dog. He's about 6 years old. He's house trained, he's crate trained, he's leash trained, he's great with other dogs, he's good with cats. Unfortunately, rather like me, he does like dogs better than he likes people, so he's going to need someone who is patient and understanding with him. When I first picked him up from the shelter, he was terrified, and he spent 2 hours hiding behind my toilet. He wouldn't even come out for rotisserie chicken. I'd come out for rotisserie chicken, but he wouldn't even come out for rotisserie chicken. And he has made huge, huge progress. He'll now even go up to strangers and sniff them, and if you're lucky, he will let you pet him. But his ideal home is someone who has experience with a shy dog and is willing to take the time and energy, because once he loves you, he is going to give you all of his heart, every last fiber of his being. So please consider adopting my little Snefferu.
Snefferu is the cutest little shy guy in the world.
He's a cutie. He's a cutie, for sure.
You can adopt Snefferu through Mikey's Chance. We always love Operation Best Friend. Can't wait to see more and more in the weeks to come.
Someone take Snefferu, please.
Yes. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got the morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus where we feel like we're a one-stop shop. Primary care is everything that you do here at the Pacific Clinic. We really focus on preemptive care. And what that means to us is going out and playing tennis and working on that proprioception, that balance, that social aspect, flexibility, all those things.
Living an active lifestyle is extremely important to our health. Research shows that just by incorporating exercise into our daily lives, we can reduce our risk of cardiovascular disease by 50%. So cutting your risk in half is amazing, and just by incorporating regular exercise, we add years to our life.
Stress is the primary reason why living an active lifestyle is so important, because it reduces stress. Stress brings on anxiety, depression, all of the things that we don't want to feel.
So there's some really good benefits to cold therapy, specifically with regards to neurotransmitters. What's important about those neurotransmitters is when they go up, it improves your mood. And so it's become a really good treatment option for depression. And as far as the hot therapy, things like a sauna are really good at preventing cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's disease, and even some respiratory diseases. I would recommend that folks take advantage of all the services we have to offer here at the clinic. You can make significant strides toward improving your health by utilizing all that we have to offer.
Every holiday season, you have in-laws in the spare, the twins in the office, and Uncle Teddy on the sofa. Sounds like it's time for a serious sleep upgrade during the pre-holiday sale at Denver Mattress. Shop today and save, because everything is on sale. Like the Queen Size Summit, now only $332.49. Save $200 on all Doctor's Choice hybrid mattresses, and get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Or get 48 months no interest and free shipping. The pre-holiday sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Women, were you exposed to Dactyl while you were pregnant? Infant birth defects are caused by this toxic weed killer used in farming, landscaping, and gardening. As a result, the EPA has asked agricultural workers to stop using Dactyl, also known as DCPA. If you or your child was injured by Dactyl, protect your rights for compensation. Call Weitz & Luxembourg today at 917-LAWYERS to learn more. That's 917-LAWYERS.
Kraken hockey heats up as training camp winds down. Expanded coverage of the preseason finale live from Climate Pledge Arena. Kraken, Oilers, pregame at 6:30 tonight on MeTV.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at the Columbia River. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. A few clouds up in the sky for this morning, but a little bit later today should be mostly sunny skies. We'll have seasonal high temperatures in the 60s and 70s, and it will be breezy/windy out there. Just breezy in the foothills in the basin, in the Yakima Valley, also in the Cascades. Those winds could gust upwards of 20 miles per hour, but upwards of 40 miles per hour in the mountain gap of the Kittitas Valley. So certainly very blustery stuff up that way. And then for tonight, the winds are going to calm down, but the temperatures are going to go way down into the 30s and 40s. So in places like the Tri-Cities, Sunnyside, Yakima, Ellensburg, in said locations, in fact, we'll all be a little bit more general for the basin and for the valleys. That's where you might have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing because of the potential for frost, but probably just a little bit too warm for that in the foothills. We'll keep things pretty seasonal over the next 7 days, which means that high temperatures are going to be in the 60s and 70s in the Tri-Cities, so really nothing out of the ordinary there. Our next significant weather event, and significant was that's a very loaded word, 60% chances of light showers for Friday. You see across the viewing area, we're going to have about a 50-50 split of seeing wet weather on Friday. And in terms of the actual rainfall amounts that we could get from the storm system, definitely not significant. Maybe upwards of ½ of an inch of water in the Cascades, less than 1/10 of an inch to the east of the Cascades. So I'm not thinking Friday is going to be a washout at all. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Sunny and near 70 for Wednesday and Thursday. A 50-50 shower chance on Friday and a beautiful fall weekend after that. Then for Yakima, very comfortable highs for today and tomorrow. Still comfy with the chance for rain on Friday, drying out in time for the weekend. Then for Ellensburg, windy today, calmer winds for Thursday, but they ramp back up on Friday, and a 50-50 shot of showers on Friday, but comfy and sunny this weekend. Then for Hermiston, sunny and warm today and tomorrow. A decent chance of wet weather on Friday, seasonal and sunny for this weekend. Then for Walla Walla, room temperature with mostly sunny skies overall for Wednesday and Thursday. A chance of wet weather on Friday, but back to sunny and dry weather this weekend. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details on the judge shooting that shocked a small town. Cries heard in the courtroom as disturbing new video showed the moment Sheriff Sean Mickey Steins pulled his gun and fired multiple times on Judge Kevin Mullins.
Letcher County Courthouse, that shot's fired.
Officers responding to the 911 call at the Letcher County Courthouse just before 3 p.m. September 19th. His attorney saying he was having an extreme emotional disturbance.
The moments leading up to the shots actually being fired are crucial, and it was curious that we didn't see that.
The sheriff now charged with first-degree murder, pleading not guilty. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on the investigation and new details on the case. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Now, the morning sprint.
The time right now is 6:50. It's time to get to your morning sprint this 6 a.m. hour. First up, here's your international headlines this morning. Tensions continue to rise in the Middle East. Iran has made good on its threats to attack Israel. Earlier, the U.S., which is Israel's ally, said Iran has been preparing an imminent ballistic missile assault against Israel, and the Pentagon says U.S. Navy destroyers fired roughly a dozen interceptors against Iranian missiles during Tuesday's attack. The Iranian attack is a move that raises concerns of a widening regional conflict. President Joe Biden is visiting an emergency operations center in Raleigh, North Carolina today to meet with officials and first responders addressing the destruction brought by Hurricane Helene. It's now the second deadliest hurricane to hit the U.S. mainland in the last 50 years. Officials say at least 162 people in 6 states were killed from the storm, but that number could change. In your business headlines this morning, the Department of Education is testing a new version of a critical financial aid form known as FAFSA. Congress mandated the department streamline the application process to deliver more money to college students, but when the department tried to revamp its form last year, it caused more problems. Some students did not get the aid they needed on time for this current academic year. The agency will conduct testing on the 2025-2026 form to make sure it works properly before the department makes it public in December. The number of available jobs in the U.S. grew in August to about 8 million. That's up from 7.7 million in July. The biggest jump in openings were construction, transportation, utilities, and state and local government. Alternatively, available jobs shrank in the finance and arts and entertainment industries. In your health headlines this morning, more women in the U.S. are being diagnosed with breast cancer. The American Cancer Society found cases increased 1% each year from 2012 to 2021. Based on the data, nearly 311,000 women will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer this year. One good thing, the overall breast cancer death rate dropped from about 44% between 1989 and 2022. This is largely thanks to advances in treatments and early detection. CVS Health is cutting nearly 3,000 jobs in an effort to slash costs. The company says the cuts are primarily corporate roles and the reductions will not impact frontline jobs in stores, pharmacies, and distribution centers. Industry analysts say U.S. drugstore chains are struggling because of falling reimbursement rates for prescription drugs. In your sports headlines this morning, tributes are pouring in for baseball's Pete Rose. Baseball fans and members of the Cincinnati community gathering to pay tribute to Rose following his death at the age of 83. Rose's statue outside of the Great American Ballpark are now decorated with flowers and Reds memorabilia. Rose played 19 seasons with the Reds and is the all-time MLB leader in hits with 4,256. In local headlines, a Kennewick Middle School student has been arrested after authorities say they made violent threats at Highlands Middle School. KPD officers say students told school officials about what the student was overheard saying. Officers say after a brief investigation, they felt the information was a credible threat and arrested the student. Investigators say students did exactly what they should have done in this situation, and that's if you hear or see something, say something. More than 20 individuals from the Red Cross Northwest region are on the ground supporting Hurricane Helene recovery efforts. The American Red Cross is issuing an urgent appeal for volunteers who are willing to travel this fall to support national disaster relief efforts. Interested volunteers are urged to sign up at the redcross.org/volunteer. Applicants who don't have a disaster experience but have supervision, management, or organization skills and the ability to thrive in a fast-paced, dynamic environment are also encouraged to apply. Lamb Weston announced Tuesday it will close the potato processing plant in Connell. This means all 375 employees will lose their jobs. The Connell plant produced varieties of French fries and other potato products. Lamb Weston's CEO blamed a supply and demand imbalance in North America and inflation. The company says the workers are free to pursue other jobs available at other Lamb Weston locations. The Yakima County Development Association has received a $30,000 Wells Fargo Foundation grant to fund its Small Business Accelerator program. The business will include business development workshops about financial and digital literacy, marketing, and promotions. The grant is open to about 70 small businesses in Yakima County that are at least 2 years old and have less than 30 employees. The Pasco School District is partnering with Amentum to boost STEM programs. Amentum is a premier global technical and engineering service. The $20,000 will be used during this current school year. PSD says teachers at each school and grade level will be able to apply to get $1,000 for STEM learning in their classrooms. This is the 4th year PSD has partnered up with the global company. Breyers has agreed to settle a class action lawsuit over its natural vanilla ice cream for nearly $9 million.
The lawsuit claims the ice cream was labeled vanilla, implying the flavor only came from a vanilla plant, which wasn't the case. Anyone who bought the ice cream between April 2016 and August 2024 could be eligible for a cash payment.
Interesting. I am a fan of vanilla ice cream. Strawberry is great too. Interesting settlement.
Love vanilla ice cream, and we've read this story now a couple different times, and now I really jonesing for some ice cream.
There you go. Microsoft says a major update to its Copilot AI system has new features to make Copilot feel more personable.
That includes a warmer tone that not only provides information, but also gives encouragement and advice. The new Copilot features also include real-time voice interactions and the ability to interpret images and text on user screens. Microsoft is hoping this updated digital friend model will help it stand apart from other AI chatbots.
I don't know how I feel about robots being personable.
Just make real friends.
There you go.
And that's not a problem.
Let's take a look at our forecast.
Yeah, let's take a look at the real weather outside. As we have temperatures in the 40s and 50s, you'll need a light jacket as you're headed out the front door. A little bit milder compared to yesterday morning, but by the end of today, should be another seasonal, pretty sunny day. Clouds might be a little bit more stingy in the foothills of the Blues. High temperatures stay fairly seasonal over the next 7 days, mostly in the 60s and 70s in the Tri-Cities. We are tracking a decent chance of showers on Friday, but most of us will probably get less than 1/10 of an inch of rainfall.
Still excited for some shower coverage.
At least it's something.
Some.
Yes.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
GMA is next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.